From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Wednesday, September 23rd. Slightly warmer day today. We're going to continue to stay dry, too. Skies will be partly sunny as we top out in the upper 70s to low 80s. A boy is in critical condition after he was shot overnight in Lawrence. The Lawrence Police Department responded to a shots fired call. It was on East Louisville Way just before 12:30 this morning, a little after midnight. That's near Pendleton Pike and North Franklin Road. When they got there, officers say they found the boy. He had been shot. They haven't given his age. They are just saying that he's a juvenile, and right now no information on who could have shot him. Some Indianapolis business owners say they are fed up with coronavirus restrictions. They believe the city's pandemic-related health orders are unconstitutional. 15 bars, restaurants, and nightclubs are involved in the lawsuit. The group of business owners is asking a judge to rule that the health orders here in Indianapolis are unconstitutional. According to the lawsuit, the businesses are dealing with revenue loss, layoffs, and are in danger of closing for good because of limits put in place by the mayor and the Marion County Public Health Department. Versions of those health restrictions have been in place since March. The businesses also claim that bars and nightclubs are being singled out, which is what they say unconstitutional. Now they're suing for attorney's fees and damages. The lawsuit specifically names the city, Mayor Joe Hogsett, the Marion County Public Health Department, and its director, Dr. Virginia Kane. 41% of Indiana restaurant owners say they don't think they'll survive through the winter if conditions stay the same. That's according to a survey of 3,500 restaurant operators done by the National Restaurant Association. In addition, 66% of Indiana operators say they don't expect their sales to return to pre-coronavirus levels within the next 6 months. 43% also say they don't expect their staffing to return to pre-coronavirus levels within the next 6 months. A statement from the president and CEO of the Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association says business owners are doing what they can, but they can only do so much. He adds the industry desperately needs more relief from the government. We should find out soon if the state's mask mandate will stay in effect. Governor Holcomb is set to hold his weekly coronavirus briefing this afternoon. The mandate is set to expire Friday night at a minute before midnight. You can watch the governor's briefing live on Wish TV at 2:30 p.m. If you're not near a TV, you can stream it on wishtv.com and on our Facebook page. IPS families should be able to log back in this morning. The district says it resolved the technology problems that forced the cancellation of virtual classes yesterday. There are no classes today either, but that was already the plan. Parent-teacher video conferences are today. Classes resume tomorrow. Now, yesterday's tech issues also postponed an online parent institute about the return to in-person learning. That is now moving to Monday. The U.S. hit a somber benchmark in the pandemic. 200,000 deaths have been reported in the U.S., with almost 6.9 million cases. Indiana is reporting 3,295 deaths and 112,626 cases. The U.S. makes up more than 20% of the world's COVID-19 deaths, and the nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, says the country's baseline is too high going into the winter season. 3 healthcare associations released a statement on the death toll. The American Hospital, Medical, and Nurses Associations write, the steps required to stop the spread of the virus should be well known by now, but with more than 6 million COVID-positive Americans, we say again, wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice physical distancing. And today is the first of many memorials for Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She will lie in repose today at the Supreme Court, where she served for 27 years. There'll be a private ceremony at the court's Great Hall. Following that, Ginsburg's casket will be moved to the top of the court's front steps. The public will then be able to pay their respects. And Senate Republicans are charging ahead with plans to confirm President Trump's pick to fill the Supreme Court vacancy. The Senate is controlled by Republicans, and it appears there'll be enough votes for a confirmation. Both Indiana Senators Mike Braun and Todd Young say they're in favor of working to confirm a nominee before the election. President Trump says he'll announce his Supreme Court nominee Saturday. Confirmation hearings could begin in early October. The Marion County Election Board wants to remind you to check your absentee ballot. They say you should look for 2 things. Check to make sure the precinct number is right and make sure your ballot has 2 sets of initials on the back. The board says last week nearly 50,000 ballots were mailed to voters, and that with many ballots, there may be errors. If your absentee ballot does have an issue, call the Marion County Election Board. One of the Louisville police officers involved in the Breonna Taylor shooting is defending the department and slamming city leaders. Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly sent an email to the entire department. In it, he lashes out at the city's response to protests, saying officers do not deserve to be in this position where thugs are allowed to get into your face and yell. Mattingly was one of the officers who served the no-knock warrant that led to Breonna Taylor's death. Investigators say Taylor's boyfriend fired when the officers broke down the door, wounding Mattingly. The officers fired back, killing Taylor. The city is under a state of emergency ahead of an expected announcement on possible charges in the case.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
Indianapolis police are looking for a man accused of sex crimes against children. Bobby Jones is accused of molesting 3 children in his care earlier this year. Police say he was last seen Friday near 17th and Rural. IMPD says he recently removed an electronic monitoring device. They believe he is still in the area with family or friends. Police ask anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers. A supersized honor in Indianapolis, and we expect to find out who will be the subject of this large mural downtown soon. The city is celebrating its bicentennial with a series of new murals highlighting Indiana legends. The Arts Council plans to announce the first honoree this afternoon at the Arts Garden. Planners say the honorees embody the Bicentennial Commission's principles of history, civic pride, innovation, and legacy. Notre Dame and Wake Forest are trying to reschedule Saturday's football game now that a coronavirus outbreak has postponed it. Notre Dame says 7 players tested positive for COVID-19 this week. Those players and 6 others are in isolation. 10 more are in quarantine. All football-related activities are now paused until more tests are done. The head coach of the Irish, Brian Kelly, said in a statement, "We knew COVID would present challenges throughout the season and will always put student-athlete health and safety at the forefront of our decision-making." Trick-or-treating is moving forward in Greenfield despite calls from the CDC urging Americans to skip the tradition. Jeff Rash is the police chief in Greenfield. He says the decision was made before the CDC released its recommendations. The CDC posted guidelines yesterday on its website calling trick-or-treating and other Halloween celebrations high risk this year. The agency suggests leaving pre-made goodie bags on your front porch for kids instead. Rash does say the city would follow any orders Governor Holcomb might put in place that goes against current guidance. And finally, in this podcast, it's a story that I think we all should listen to and really gain some perspective on life from it. A Carmel family is on the trip of a lifetime. They packed up and headed west 4 weeks ago to spend what little time they have left together. Jeff Holman was diagnosed with ALS in 2017, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, and now a wish he had for his wife once he passed has been brought to life. Here's Katie Wisely with their story.
So doctors do not know why ALS occurs, and the disease is fatal. There's no cure, and over time, ALS paralyzes the muscles to the point you can't breathe. Now, Jeff Holman's lung capacity is below 18%. Jeff's wife, Tara, says there's no telling how long they have, and the purpose of the trip to bring their wildest dreams to life, and it all started with a promise.
3 sentences, 37 words from husband to wife, how to ease the pain when he's gone.
He said, "I want you to buy a small travel trailer and take the boys and travel all summer. Just go, explore. Everybody's happy outside and it's healing."
Tara Holman took her husband's promise and turned it into one last family adventure.
Maybe the why is so that everybody can see what an amazing person and human Tara is. We need more people like her because she is just everything.
A new travel trailer, virtual learning in place for both sons, a family of 4 living in less than 150 square feet, gone indefinitely.
From the words, "you have ALS," we hit the ground running, from selling our home to changing names on accounts to getting a financial planner. I mean, you name it, we've done it. And I'm setting aside what the future is going to look like without Jeff and as a widow with 2 boys.
A big challenge, no power wheelchair or accessible van.
Even just a simple trip out for the day to go sightseeing will require 8 transfers.
The chance to hike, bike, and connect, starting at the Pacific Northwest, then down the Oregon coast to California, and rock climbing their way through Nevada.
A trip like this would take a lifetime for most families to do. So we are able to do amazing things, and at the same time, I would trade all of it to not have ALS.
This chapter only possible through faith.
We're trying to learn to love the life we never wanted.
Their 2 children, Evan and Cole, learning hard work at a young age, knowing there's an army of support at home.
We know we're in the final stretch. And so, the most important thing for us is to live and to live well.
Together as a family, one adventure, one life, and one love.
The Holmans have been gone about 4 weeks and think they will be back at the end of October. Now, plans could change depending on Jeff's health. Now, there are ways to help the Holmans with medical costs and care. We will have a link on our website at wishtv.com on how you can help.
Katie, thank you. This has been your News 8 Daily. For Wish TV, I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.